In the outskirts of Houston, Texas, around Fort Bend County, I discovered the George Ranch Historical Park, which actually follows family lines beginning in 1824 when Texas was still part of Mexico. The first Texas pioneers settled near the Brazos River. In the years since, the ranch has passed through 4 generations and grown into one of Fort Bend County's landmarks. All 4 generations' homes lie within the property.
Yeah, they really didn't build multiple houses on the same property.
Okay.
What happened is the first house, the dog trot cabin, was actually built where house number 4 is on your map.
Mm-hmm.
And that one stood there from 1824 to 1850.
Okay.
And that one burned down in a fire.
Okay.
Then in 1851, they decided to rebuild and they built the 2-story White House. Now that isn't the original house, nor is the first one, of course. And that one stood there where house number 4 is again from 1851 to 1888 when that house also burned down in a fire.
Okay.
Then the land was vacant from 1888 to 1899 when house number 4 was built there. Now this house, the one we're standing in, never actually was here on this property. It was always in Richmond. And in 1977, it was moved here to this property.
Oh yes, Sherry, that's right. Thank you. I almost forgot. You go, Sherry. Today, the George Ranch is a 23,000 plus acre working ranch. The family's original home place is at the core of the George Ranch Historical Park, where the legends and legacies of those who shaped this place come to life every day. Authentic locations, historic homes, costume presenters, and a remarkable story of determination and courage set the stage for trekking through Texas history. The first of the homes is the 1830s John Stock Farm. More than a decade before the battle at the Alamo, Stephen F. Austin brought 300 families to this part of the Brazos River to settle and establish a new town on the Mexican frontier. Among these brave pioneers were newlyweds Henry and Nancy Stiles Jones from Red River County, Arkansas Territory, who joined Austin's colony in 1822 and claimed their league of land, 4,428 acres, in 1824. They raised a family which included 12 children, built both a farming and a ranching enterprise, and joined the Texians as they fought their way to independence. Through hard work and perseverance, they would begin a legacy that would span over 100 years. The second of the homes is the 1860s Ryan Prairie home. The Joneses' eldest daughter and third child, Mary Moore, aka Polly, would go on to inherit the majority of their family's wealth. The third of the homes is the 1890s Davis Victorian Complex. In 1875, Susan Elizabeth, Polly's eldest surviving daughter, would marry local banker Judge John Harris Pickens Davis. This marriage would propel the third generation of the family story through triumph and heartbreak in a rapidly changing Texas as it hurtled towards the 20th century. The fourth and final home on the complex is the 1930s George Cattle Complex. The Davises' daughter, Mary Elizabeth, affectionately known as Mamie, was the last of the family line to inherit the land. In 1896, she married Albert P. George, a boy raised by her grandfather. The young couple chose to go back to the original family homestead to build their life together in the shade of a large oak tree rumored to have been planted by Nancy Jones at the beginning of the family history. As the world rapidly changed around them, the Georges became respected with the community for their deep generosity as well as for their business acumen. At the dawn of the modern beef industry, AP created multiple business partnerships ranging from local ranchers to ties with the renowned King Ranch. A humble and gracious woman, Mamie settled deep within the community and rolled up her sleeves to offer help to anyone who needed it. The Georges were beloved for their hospitality and concern for their neighbors. The discovery of oil on the ranch in the 1920s changed the fortunes of the family and the community forever. The Georges' son and only child died while just a toddler, and their beloved niece and presumed heir, Mary, died tragically when she was a young woman. With no living heirs and a considerable estate, the Georges established the George Foundation to ensure that their wealth would continue to benefit communities across the county into the foreseeable future. This charitable foundation still exists and gives back today and helps bring you the story of the remarkable family who loved, grieved, rejoiced, and lived on this endearing stretch of Texas prairie.